So we're here at the Oregon Caves, and it's a national monument, isn't it?
National Monument and Preserve. We were enlarged about 8 times to include a different designation. A preserve, which allows hunting. A monument, there's no hunting allowed. So during the enlargement from Congress, they named it a preserve.
So John, introduce yourself, and how long have you been up here? Tell us who you are and how long
My
you've
name
been
is John Roth. I'm the National Park Service cave specialist or research specialist at both the monument and the preserve. I've been here 31 years.
So when was this discovered, and who was it discovered by, and go through the whole?
Discovered by, the first known discoverer was Elijah Davidson. Elijah Davidson was a minor local person who was up here hunting for deer. He shot a deer, and according to his memoirs, his dog caught the scent of another animal, ran up the hill. He gave him, after released by the owner, and Elijah followed him into this dark cavern here. The cave is about 3 miles long. So it's a moderately sized cave. It's nothing compared to, say, bigger caves like Mammoth Cave, 100 times longer. But it's a modest cave, but very well decorated. Lots of formations, what people expect a cave to be: stalactites, stalagmites, that sort of thing. From a geologist's viewpoint, since I am a geologist, the most interesting thing is the fact that exposures on the wall shows you some of the events that have occurred in the region as a whole.
So it's like a map or a treasure map to show you what really did happen back in the...
What really did happen. Even the layout of the cave itself is that at right angles, passages at right angles to another.
So tell me about the building behind us.
The building behind us is the chalet, and that was built in 1948, or reconstructed actually 1948. And that houses our visitor center, our gift shop, run by our Natural History Association, as well as the some of the rangers who are giving the programs, as you can hear right now.
So how many people tour this in a year, do you know?
Generally it runs anywhere from about 50,000 to 60,000 people a year.
Why should every Oregonian visit this place?
Every Oregonian should visit this place because it's simply iconic of the Oregon itself, the geological diversity, the biological diversity, and frankly the fact that there's very few other caves that are well decorated, certainly in Oregon. So it's quite a treasure. Actually, believe it or not, it used to be the prime tourist attraction in Oregon, even exceeding Crater Lake because
Really?
of difficulty getting there. You want to guess what the leading tourist attraction is now? It's
What?
kind of sad.
What?
2 leading
What?
gambling casinos.
Really?
Yeah. Seven Feathers and the new one relatively new one in Portland.
Do you think people are getting back to this, though? Do you think people are coming back to going, I want to know? Oregon is such a hot place. We're such a, you know what I mean? A place for people to visit. I think you go to Crater Lake, you're seeing the same kind of thing, geological formations and volcanoes and things that happened here. You know, you go to Mount Hood, same thing. You know, a phenomenal piece of structure that wasn't created by anyone, at least none of us.
Right. It's something that is unique, as are all caves. When you see one cave, you've seen them all. It really isn't true.
So, John, is it this kind of prove that Oregon's beautiful on the inside and the outside?
Right. We think of the cave as sort of the inside out, or in a sense, an extension of the surface. And also, it gives you, once you've been in the cave and you come outside, it gives you a better appreciation of what lies above here as well. So, as Chinese would say, climb the hills to see the valleys.
Last thing I want to ask you, tell me about the building behind us over here, this building. What's going on with the chateau?
The chateau is a National Historic Landmark, so it's our most valuable cultural resource in the monument, and one of the primary ones in the country. And so, unfortunately though, the way it was built in 1934, very elegant inside. It was one of the...
So there's only 3 Grand Lodges in Oregon.
Right.
Timberline, Crater Lake, and then this one.
Features of it, affordable elegance, as you call it, for the rising middle class of those times. But unfortunately, the interior stuff was built of It's solidly a fiberboard, no drywalls, no fire protection, so the place is essentially a fire trap. And eventually would be closed down if we don't do anything about it, and then would deteriorate. We'd lose the NHL even without a fire.
So you guys, the restoration is going to happen.
Restoration will happen. We've gotten all the plans together. The final construction drawings were just released a few days ago. As a result, we're hoping to have open it for bids. It's a huge project, anywhere from $15 to $24 million.
And you hope to have it open in what, a couple of years, you think?
We hope to have it in a couple of years, right. It's going to take a lot of work. Really, it's a complete rehab, because not only do we have to fix the fire problems and egress from fires, but also have to install an elevator for ADA access, we're also going to do, most interesting, we think, is restoration of the balconies. There in the back of the building, there was a series of balconies that made this even more distinctive than it is today, and that's going to be actually restored. So we're actually going to gain, in a way, on the preservation by restoring what the original buildings looked like.